Hello, Steve White, Steve RC9. Well, I just want to talk about another reason to hate James Gunn. When he came into being given DC to basically create a new era of DC, which is the wrong person to do it, one of the first things he did, apparently on his first day, was to cancel the new Wonder Woman film. It was being done with Patty Jenkins directing again and Gal Gadot starring again. It was going to be set in the contemporary era, which is what I've always wanted. Because the original Wonder Woman, the first season was set in like the war, and the second one, it was set contemporary at the time, but that was the 70s. I wanted to see Wonder Woman in today's era, and we're going to get that. And there were some issues with the last Wonder Woman film, but it was trash not because it was bad. It was trash because it was seen as anti-Trump because, of course, Pablo Pascal had to come out and say, "Oh, I based the character on Trump in the 80s." So then the message was out, "Oh, this is anti-Trump, he's doing Trump." And then all the Trumpers and the MAGAs were against the film, and then they just attacked it and just killed it. And it was already having a struggle because it was opening during the you-know-what and everything. So it didn't have much hope. And there are only a few little issues with the film, and they're not even worth really mentioning. People blow stuff up to make it out like it's a huge thing. And they're better off not doing another Wonder Woman film because the last one was so bad. No, it really wasn't. It was actually pretty good. But yeah, so he cancelled that on the first day, just like he cancelled, the new Superman film when, we've been promised that Henry Cavill was coming back and we're going to get the last film, because I don't necessarily suggest that they should have just kept going with the Snyderverse, but we should have at least finished it off properly so the people who were invested in that sort of could have some closure and then move on to another thing, not cutting it and then saying we're going to do something better now, because they didn't really do it, because it's divided. A lot of fans like it, a lot of fans hate it, and the box office is below what Man of Steel got. Literally, even though it's only 3 million, if you don't account for inflation, it's only 3 million, but the Man of Steel premiere, the opening weekend, was 128 million, as opposed to what's just been bumped up from 122 to 125 million with the actual box office, because you're sort of estimating the last sort of Sunday to get the headlines out on the Monday, but then you get the real numbers, and sometimes it varies a little bit. So the box office for Superman 2025, James Gunn Superman, was 125. So it was 95 international and 125. So I think 220, not 217 or whatever it was. So but still was less than Man of Steel, and adding for inflation. Basically, less people attended, less people went out, so they cancelled the whole DCU, threw out all the actors that everyone had grown accustomed to or fell in love with. They threw all that out to do a better version, just to attract less people. So they failed, because the idea was this was bad, because it's not Marvel, it's DC, it's serious, it takes superheroes seriously. We want it to be silly and jokey like Marvel. That'll be better because they make more money. So we're going to turn DC into Marvel, and more people will show up, and it'll be just as big and successful as Marvel was in its glory days. It isn't. It didn't. They got less people in seats than they did for Man of Steel. So they've failed. I don't care what anyone says. They have failed to do. The objective was to reboot and have more people and be more successful, more popular. They haven't done that. They've rebooted it. They've relaunched it. They spent a fortune doing it, but they've got less people. So, yep. May still go on and do just as well as the Snyderverse would have had it kept going, but they didn't really achieve anything other than just, undermining. Because if you're going to reboot every 10 years, why watch the movies? Why get invested if it's going to be gone in 10 years? Like, you need to have some sense of this is a universe that has longevity, that what happens matters. And between the multiverse and reboots every few years, we don't really have that. And I think that's part of the superhero fatigue, is not that people are tired of superhero films or they think they're mediocre. It's like they don't want to commit and go into this universe because it's going to get pulled out from under them again, like whether it's because, like for reboots and stuff. So I think that's a big part no one talks about. And I'm like, it's not referred to very often, but I think that's an issue. So, so I'm not quite sure where I started with this video, but that's where I've landed. I've landed on that. So so the box office, we got an extra couple of million, but it's still under Strange. I was going to say Strange New Worlds, under Man of Steel. But changing the things they did I don't think it really helped. So yeah, I've made so many videos I forgot what the fuck I'm talking